Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Handmade by Ava Evan. Today we are going to be making tooth fairy pillows. These are great little gifts for the kids. There's a little boy one. And then I made the rainbow one. Now you can either make these with the handle, which will go on your doorknob, makes it easier to find the teeth instead of digging underneath your pillow, or you can do without that and just put it right on the bed. Either way is fine. Aren't these adorable? They're so cute. Little pocket. All right, let's get started. So the materials you are going to need is 2 squares of fabric, 7 by 7, 7 inches by 7 inches. You can do the same fabric for both sides. You can do one of each like I have. Like I have the solar system and then there's some flames here. And then you are also going to need a little square. This is 3 inches by 3 inches, and this will make your pocket in the front. You are also going to need a 15-inch piece of ribbon. This is going to be our handle to put on the door. This part is optional. You don't have to put this on. You can just make it a regular pillow. And then you're also going to need some polyfill so we can stuff the inside. So let's start our project. The first step you're going to do is you're going to take the little 3 by 3 square and you are going to flip it to the wrong sides out. If you have directional fabric, you're going to be sewing the top part for a top stitch to make your edge look neat. So you can figure out which way you want it to go. You're going to take it and you're going to just maybe a centimeter. You can just eyeball it. Make sure it's even. And then you're going to iron. And then you're going to do the bottom. And you're going to do both sides. So all 4 sides need to have a little edge on them that you're going to iron over. And when it is done, and you're done ironing, it'll look like this. So now the next step you're going to do is mine is directional. So I am going to sew just a little thin top stitch right along the top, right here. That way you have a nice edge. I'm going to go ahead and sew that and I will be right back. All right, we have that done. So when it's finished, it should look something like this. And then the back will look like that. We didn't do the other sides because we're going to sew that onto our 7 by 7 piece. So after you top stitch the top of it, you are going to take your front piece, whichever piece you have for your front. This piece is 7 by 7. You are going to take your pocket and you're going to put it on here. Now you can pin this if you like. You can measure it to make sure it's even. I just kind of eyeball it right in the middle of the square. So if you want to, you can fold it in half, fold this in half, and it'll be 3.5 inches. Line up the lines, and you'll be right dab in the middle. All right, so the next step after you get that lined up and where you want it is you are going to sew here, here, and here. And you can pin it if you like so you can have it stay in place. That way, after it's sewn, you'll have your pocket. All right, guys. You trim your strings. All right, so we have our sewn. So you're going to sew it like a U. And then you have your pocket. Tooth fairy pocket. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take our ribbon. Make sure this pocket is facing away from you. So that's our top. You're going to take your ribbon and you're going to lay it on just like that. I always leave a little bit extra so I can see where it's at. And then you're going to take your contrasting piece of fabric. Make sure it's going the right direction. Mine is directional on the back. And then you're going to put it on. The ribbon, when you place it, you can do, say like an inch, inch and a half from the edge for placement. Okay, line up your line so it's even on the top. And then you're going to pin. So make sure you pin where the ribbon is so the ribbon doesn't move. I always flip mine over and then pin the bottom. I want to make sure that this is tucked in so you don't sew it into the bottom. And then you want to pin the bottom. And then you're going to pin the sides. Just keeping everything together. So we're going to sew around the edges with 1/4 inch inseam. Leaving a hole at the bottom. I always leave it, that's the top. That's another reason why I like these up here, so you can see which way's the top. When you have your ribbons hanging out just a little bit so you can see. So you're going to leave probably about a 2-inch gap at the bottom. So you're going to sew here and all the way around and leave a gap so we can flip to the right side. All right, I'll be right back. Let me sew. All right, we are back after top stitching. I'm going to take out my holders here, my pins. All right, so after you're done sewing, you'll end up with a square. And then I have my hole down here. You're going to want to clip your corners. Make sure you're not getting close, really close to your sewing, otherwise it'll come undone. And now we're going to flip. Turn it right side out. And then you're going to take your handy dandy corner poker tool. I use a chopstick. And you're going to push out the corners. These things work the best. Some people use the scissors. You can buy tools at Joann's for that. Alrighty, so we have it done. So this is our empty hole. And now we're ready to fill. So you're going to need your polyfill. And we're going to fill. If you want to, if this is for, you know, whoever, you can not use polyfill. You can recycle and use, you know, anything to fill it with. Let me get this other corner. Alright, so after you have it filled, we are going to do a small top stitch right along the bottom. You can hand sew this if you like. I just use my sewing machine and do it really close to the edge. Because you can go ahead and, if you want to, you can hand sew it and do a blind stitch in there. I'm horrible at hand sewing. Still working on it. So I just use my sewing machine and top stitch. Alright, after you top stitch it, let me fix that up here. Alright, so after you top stitch it, you are finished. Cut my little pieces of thread. Alright, and we have a finished product. It is such a cute little pillow. Great for the little kids. You can do fun designs. I think these are so cute. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make a tooth fairy pillow. Any questions, you feel free to put in the comments. If you need more clarification, please put in the comments. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And thanks for watching, and subscribe and like, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.